Hey guys, I hope you had a nice week and at least you're looking forward to the weekend if you haven't had so much of a nice week. I really am super excited today because I am showing you around my new website. You might think, new? It's not particularly new anymore, Lucy. And you're right, I did launch it in April, I think. So it's taken a little while. So I'm really sorry it's taken so long to get it kind of how I want it to look and kind of to a point where I can show you around. But here it is. If you've already been to the website a few times, please stick with me because there may well be a few things that you haven't realised about the new site that might be helpful to you. And if you've never been to the site, then here's your chance. And I hope the next few minutes are super useful for you. The Hopefield family has always been, ever since it was Desert Mum, my old blog, it has always been a place to connect parents with each other, with God, with their children. And that really hasn't changed over the last 8 years, although the things I've talked about have kind of maybe sort of expanded and morphed and twisted and turned along the way, not least with the addition of adoption a few years ago when we became adopters. But the heart of it has always been the same. And the reason I'm so excited about the site, and especially the new site, is because my dream is for it to be a kind of one-stop shop for Christian parents, an online resource library that's totally free to access with articles about all sorts of aspects of raising your children as Christians, raising your adopted children as Christians. So I really, really hope you like the new site. I hope you like what you see. Any questions, just fire them at me. And any feedback on the site as well would be super helpful to me. I have taken a lot of feedback already and I have changed a lot of things about the site. There are still a few more tweaks I need to make, but any ideas at all, please just let me know and I'll see if I can incorporate them. So here we go. Let's find the site for you. So this is what it looks like if you come to it on a laptop. I know that the vast majority of you will access it on your mobile, so it does look a little bit different, but you know, all the same elements are there, so hopefully you'll be able to work it out. We've got this lovely logo at the top that my friend Stephen designed for me, which I've explained before, this lovely hope-filled symbol here. Maybe it's a crown, maybe it's a sun, lots of imagery and symbolism there. And then of course, me and my husband in the middle there and our 4 kiddos to the side, which is super cool. I've changed the tagline because I'm no longer really in the throes of early parenthood. I'm nearly 11 years in, so I don't feel I can really talk about myself as an early parent, although I still feel very inexperienced for the record. So the new tagline is finding hope through the chaos of family life. And I hope those of you who've been with me a long time will feel that that has always really summed up the blog. It's not about perfection. It's not about how to do things. It's really about kind of, you know, let's find a way through the chaos. So that's me. Then you've got the menus. I'll come back to those in a little bit. If you are new to the blog, please click start here. That just takes you to the about section, which is up here as well. That will just tell you a little bit more about me and my journey and the blog and what it's about. This is for people who are not on my mailing list, and you obviously are because you've had this video. But if you haven't accessed your free ebook, 30 Ways to Pursue God Through the Exhaustion of Parenthood, then I'll show you how to do that in a minute. Then I've got these little navigational pictures down here. The pictures, the text, they're going to change. I know they look pretty rubbish at the moment. They're going to change. But I blame lockdown and COVID for not being able to get out and about and do some new photos. So I'm sorry about that, but as soon as I can get in touch with or get working with my photographer again, then these will be better, less grainy, nicer photos. But they do navigate to the right places. So if you're looking particularly for adoption articles or faith-filled sort of family and faith articles or just sort of general parenting stuff, those will navigate you to those places. I think they're quite helpful. These are the printables and things I offer in my free resource library. Again, you don't need to click that. You're already signed up. You've got access to all that stuff already, and I'll show you where in a minute. And then I think this is really helpful. The most recent 6 blog posts will always be on my homepage, and that wasn't part of my old site, but I think that's really helpful because I know that some of you don't look at the blog for maybe a couple of months and then you sort of binge post, you know, or binge read rather, and I do that on blogs I enjoy as well. I don't always have time to read the new blog posts as they are published, or don't always see that they have been published, but every now and again I might go to a blog and think, oh yeah, I'm just going to catch up on what has been written recently. So my 6 latest posts are there. And then you've got my social media channels, and please do follow me and like me on those channels if you don't already. And then all the boring stuff at the bottom. If you are into policies, then feel free to look through those. So back to the top, let's just have a little look at these menus. I'm going to start from the end one because this is probably quicker to sort of explain. The about is obviously about me. That's pretty straightforward. This VIP resource section, this is your free library. This is what people who come to the blog don't have access to because they're not VIP members. You are VIP members and therefore you have access to it. The password is HOPE, all in capitals, 39. Bonus prize if you can work out why the number is 39. It's probably not that hard to work out. So here we go. Here are your protected VIP resources. You can access these anytime you like, but just to warn you, I will be redoing this section over the next couple of months. So, or maybe even a bit sooner. So if you want any of these resources, please download them now because they may not all be coming back. Some of them will be tweaked and be coming back, hopefully improved, and others will be possibly forming a basis of some paid products. So if you want to get them free, then download them now. So that's like my signature ebook, 30 Ways to Pursue God. There's various kind of resources about summer and choosing a school. That's super helpful if you're going to be going through that process this autumn. These affirmation, well, I can't even say them, affirmation postcards. I've had loads of lovely feedback on those and they are really beautiful to print out, print onto card, you know, maybe send to a friend, keep in your card drawer for when you need something nice to send to somebody. There's an Easter egg hunt there. There's a couple of Good Friday resources. I know these are not appropriate for this season, but as I say, they may well be going quite soon. So if you think you might need them next year, download them now and then you've got them. Oh, also just to say on the right hand side, this bit that says, hi, I'm Lucy, that just takes you to the About Me section. But down here, down the side, down this column, I've got what I feel are like my 10 kind of pillar blog posts, my 10 blog posts which have been really popular, which are kind of relevant throughout the year, which really express the heart of what this blog is about. So those are some quick links. They won't be changing very often. Yeah, some of the blog posts that I feel most passionately about: faith, adoption, education, parenting, that kind of thing. So yeah, do use those if they're useful. So anyway, back to these menus at the top. Oh yeah, one thing I need to say is that there is a search function on this website, which is super helpful. As you can see, I very frequently use it and search for different blog posts that I need. So if you can kind of remember a blog post that you're looking for and you can remember a few keywords, do use the search function. If you're on the home page, I'll just show you, there is no search function. So just to show you, if you want the search function, just click on any of these and there it is. It will come up on the right hand side. So it's basically on any page of the website that's not the home page. So that's the search function. Now let's have a little look at these menus. You can just click on them. These are the things I blog about, obviously: adoption, faith and family life. I've put seasons in there because I've written an awful lot of seasonal content. So if it's getting close to summer as it is, or you know, Christmas or Halloween or something, and you think, oh, I wonder if Lucy's written anything about Halloween and how Christians should approach Halloween, you can just click on it. Now, as you'll see, I think there are 2 articles in this section. Yeah, 2 articles, one from like 8 years ago and one from last year. But it is something that I'm planning to write more about this Halloween. So hopefully that section will pad out. But that's a start. And I really want to resource you in those ways with different kind of faith and family resources for different parts of the year. So that seasons tab is a really good one. But these other ones, you can either just click on adoption and you get literally all the adoption blog posts I've ever written, starting with the most recent. So there you go, there's some examples. Or you can kind of narrow down even further. So you see that I've divided it into subcategories. There's the adoption process. So that's great if you're about to start the process or if you're going through the process or trying to support somebody you know who is. Parenting an adopted child, if you're an adopter or foster carer, that's the section for you. Blended families, as you know, we have a blended family of adopted and birth children. So anything I've written on that is in there. And explaining adoption to others, that's really helpful because I know that a lot of you aren't adopters, but you have friends who are, or friends who are foster carers, and you want to be able to support and love them really well. And so that kind of explained that. I think the posts I put into that subcategory are ones that maybe other adoptive parents would kind of already know. It might have been part of their training, but things that I would have found really useful to know before we became adopters. So that's a really super helpful category. And then you've got faith and discipleship for kids, discipleship for parents, and books and resources. If I just click on books and resources to show you that you can click on a subcategory and get just those posts, you'll see here are all the resources that I've put out. I tend to not do book reviews on my blog now. I stopped that at the end of last year. As you may remember, I do the giveaways now monthly via the email list. And that's because I just didn't feel that people were reading them. The stats didn't show that you guys were really taking them. But I think more popular, has been a particularly popular one for obvious reasons recently. The more popular posts are the ones where I can share a few resources at once, so you can kind of compare and see like for like. So 25 plus, that's because some of them are series. Culturally diverse stories for children, how to make Easter special. I don't know why that's in there. Oh, I think that's got some books and resources in the post. That's a book that's recommended within that post. Some animal books, Christian fiction for kids, stocking fillers to nurture faith. So generally these posts are going to be kind of collaborative posts, but as you go back older, you find some individual book reviews as well. Not collaborative, what do I mean? Compilation posts, you know what I mean. Right, here we go. I'd like to say it's late, but it's not. I'm recording this at 9:15 in the morning. Right, family life, that's the third section I write about. And these are just general parenting articles, marriage, education, and home. Obviously, parenting is the biggest one for this site, but increasingly I'm writing some things on marriage, education, and home as well, because they are the issues that affect us as well. So here are some of the most recent articles. Obviously there's some overlap because that comes into family life as well as books and resources, but different things to do with parenting and family life. If you want to narrow down, you can just go to marriage and you can read my posts about marriage, stay-at-home date night ideas, ministry proofing your marriage, Christmas gifts, 4 things we can learn from The Crown. I love The Crown. Yeah, so various things that are about marriage in there. So I hope that's been useful. I hope that you kind of feel you can navigate around the site. As I say, any sort of questions or any ideas as to how I can improve the site further, please let me know. It is still a little bit of work in progress, but the vast majority of editing and things on the site have been done. So you may see little tweaks over the next few months, but hopefully nothing massive. Yeah, and that's it. Let me know if you need any more information, or if you've got ideas for blog posts, that would be great. Cool. Have a great weekend. See you next week. Bye.